In this video, I'm going to share with you my 9 hottest website design trends for 2019. These are website design trends focused on small businesses looking to generate more traffic and business to their website. I'm Victor Thomas, founder of Thomas Digital, the place where small businesses go to get beautifully designed custom WordPress websites that rank well on Google. And before we dive in here, I want to give you a word of warning. If you look around, you'll see a lot of website design trend articles out there that pretty much say the exact same thing. They talk about things like vibrant colors, micro interactions, chatbots, and custom illustrations. Here's the problem with that. If everyone's already talking about it, it's not this year's trend, it's last year's trend. And everyone is already doing it. But worse than that, most trends are focused on the wrong thing, which are superficial elements related to the how of design, such as fonts, colors, animations, and they're not related to the what of design, which is understanding who's coming to the website and how your products or services relate to that customer's needs. So these are trends that you will probably not see anywhere else because they come directly from our working with hundreds of small businesses and spotting the trends that are working for them. So without further ado, here are my 9 website design trends for 2019. Be sure and watch out for number 5 because it's the exact opposite of what most people are doing. Number 1, self-identification design. The way I like to think about a website is there's a person, they're looking for something, and then there's a next step that they want to take. And so my job as the website designer is to help identify who's coming to the site, what is it that they're looking for, and what are those next steps that they want to take. The challenge is there's usually more than one type of person looking for more than one type of thing. For example, in a nonprofit website, you have people there looking to donate money, you have people looking to get money, you have people looking to join the nonprofit, and other people who are just there to attend the events. So the key to good design is to just identify who are those different people and how do we call attention to those different user types as they come to the site so they can quickly self-identify, go, oh, okay, that's the thing I'm looking for, boom, I'm gonna go there. So the easiest way to do that is to actually just call attention to them, say, hey, are you over there? Are you the CMO of the company? Come check this out. So don't tell anyone, but the internet is advertising. What do I mean by that? Everything you see on the internet is meant to grab your attention over here and direct you somewhere else, which is basically what advertising is. So if you have like a website and on the homepage of your site, there's a little section about your company, and then it says read more, click this link, and it takes you to that about page where it reads more. The way I see it is on that homepage, that section is an advertisement for your about page. So the way self-identification design works is instead of like having an advertisement to your about page or your services page, you're literally calling out directly the main user types that might be coming to your site, such as the CMO or the admin or someone looking to give donations, depending on what your site is. And so the way you would do this design-wise, there's lots of different ways to do it, but you can have a form where someone will self-identify and literally say, I'm one of these categories, what's the next step? You could have little boxes that say, hey, if you're this person, go here. If you're this person, go here. That's another way to do it. So what you do is you literally just create these buckets for the different user types, and then you might even call it, parents, teachers, donations, whatever you want to do, and it helps people identify where they need to go. They go, oh, okay, that's me. This is where I need to go. That's the next step I want to take. Number 2, ADD design. In their seminal book, Al Ries and Jack Trout said that we are living in the world's first over-communicated society. The kicker, that book was written in 1980. It's no secret that people today have the attention span of Dory the Blowfish. I'm sorry, what were we talking about? Oh, right, website design trends. And because of this, you want to set up your design in such a way that it requires the minimal amount of attention needed by your user. Here's the idea. Usually when someone's on a website, there's a particular thing that they're looking for. To make this easy for your visitor, you want to make your content as skimmable as possible. I like to joke with my clients that all website visitors have ADD and can't read. So to compensate for that, we like to create highly visual designs with lots of pictures, graphics, animations that easily direct people to the content that they're looking for. This way, the user can skim through the content to find what they're looking for and drill deeper from there. So here are some ways you can incorporate ADD design. Reduce the amount of visible text on the page. If people want to read more, they can access that text content via a pop-up, an accordion, or just directing them to another page. Make your design highly visual, but don't confuse. Make each idea or section on your website simple, clear, and focused on one idea. Avoid ambiguity or even cleverness. If a 5-year-old can't understand what that section is about just by looking at it, then you're probably doing it wrong. Number 3, the Content Kondo. In Marie Kondo's best-selling book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, she coins a phrase called condoing. What you do is you take every single piece of clothing out of your closet, pile it up on the bed, and then take each individual item, hold it to your heart, and ask yourself if it gives you a spark of joy. If it does, you keep it. If not, you toss it. The key to this method is you keep that which is essential and dispose of the irrelevant. A content condo is basically the same thing, but with your website content. What you do is you hop on over to Google Analytics and check out your most viewed pages. Then delete all of your least viewed pages. I'm talking to you, Sad Resources page with only 5 links on it, and you too, Press page that hasn't been updated since 2015. Get rid of them. Even your least trafficked blog posts. Toss them. You might not realize this, but deleting useless pages can actually help with your Google ranking. It concentrates your Google juice on the pages that actually count. One word of warning. Be sure and set up 301 redirects on all pages with backlinks pointing to them. Another thing you can do is consolidate your content. Maybe you don't need to have separate about, team, company philosophy, and history pages. Take the most important elements from each one of those pages and consolidate them into a single page. As with most of the tips here, it's all about maximizing your visitors' attention. Number 4, visual storytelling. You might think that this was already covered in the ADD design, but it wasn't. Visual storytelling is not about reducing your text content in favor of imagery. Instead, it's about taking something that your company does, which could be complex or abstract or difficult for your visitor to understand, and turning it into a visual story, making it clear and simple for your customers to understand. Here's how it works. All good stories have just 3 elements to them: a beginning, a middle, and an end. What you want to do is you want to use the language of design to take your visitor from their current situation, which is the beginning, to their desired outcome, which is the end. And like any good story, you need a hero, which is your product or service. Some examples of this in action can be a swipe bar, an interactive diagram, animated GIFs, or is that GIFs? I always get that one wrong. Or even edited videos. You can take 2 or 3 HTML5 videos, get them on iStock Photo or something, and they kind of progressively tell a story about what it is that you do in a clear and compelling manner. Looks very professional. The key is it's not about the technology, e.g. SVG animations versus jQuery libraries. It's about having a purpose and telling a story. That's where so many websites go wrong. They get all excited about a new technology, the how of design, but they lose sight of the what. Number 5, marketing first design. There's a big debate among website designers. Should it be design first, content first, mobile first? Which of those is right? Well, in my opinion, they all have it wrong. To me, the purpose of a website is to make money. And the way to do that is what I call marketing first design. What do I mean? Most people focus on getting their name out there rather than getting their prospect's name into their email list. According to EpiServer, 92% of website visitors are not ready to make a purchase when they visit your website. So what do you do with all of these missed opportunities? That's where marketing first design comes in. You want to turn your website into a lead capturing machine. Here are some ways you can do that. A newsletter sign-up form, gated content which can only be accessed by sharing your email address, a white paper or a downloadable PDF in exchange for an email, a pricing page which is only viewable in exchange for an email, a quiz or a survey, any type of automated quote or calculator, chat software or chatbots, pop-away forms that offer discounts or coupons. Then, once you have the user's email address, you can continue to market to them via your newsletter. You do have an email newsletter, don't you? Number 6, the Google lockdown. If you care about ranking well on Google, you need to make sure that your site is HTTPS secure. If it's not, Google will actually penalize your site by lowering its rankings in the search results. To make sure that your site is HTTPS secure, you need to buy what is called an SSL certificate. You then need to have this certificate configured to your site, which can be a little bit tricky, so hire a professional. You'll know your site is HTTPS secure when you see a little padlock next to your URL on the browser. Number 7, the Slowpoke tax. Not only will Google penalize you if your site is not secure, but also if it's running too slow. With Google, it's all about improving the user experience. And since users are in such a rush, they just don't have time to wait around for a slow website to load. A good rule of thumb is to have your site load under 2 seconds. A cool tool you can use is tools.pingdom.com. They have a free tool that will help identify what your current website speed is, as well as give you recommendations on things you can do to improve your site speed. Number 8, WordPress Gutenberg. WordPress powers over 30% of all websites on the web, and they have just released a huge update to their platform. If you haven't heard of it, it's called Gutenberg, and it is changing the game on the way WordPress websites are edited on the back end. This also comes as a bit of a warning, because the Gutenberg update is totally messing with the way some websites have previously been developed, especially if they were using plugins such as the Advanced Custom Fields plugin or Visual Composer. The takeaway, be sure to test to make sure that your theme is compatible with WordPress 5.0, which has Gutenberg. Otherwise, you may have some unwanted fires to put out. Number 9, the big ass footer. Most of the trends mentioned in this video relate to a user's attention span, and this is no exception. I've found that different visitors tend to interact with websites in different ways. Some people like to look at pictures, some people like reading through text, while others like to watch videos. But there's definitely a group of visitors who like to see everything available on a website at once, Craigslist style. And the big ass footer is for those people. And just as the name suggests, it's just a really big footer. Typically, this would include things like your entire navigation structure, your contact information, social media links, contact form, newsletter form, copyrights, terms of service, things of that nature. Good website design is a careful balance between your visitor's need and your business's need. And the big ass footer allows visitors to choose their own adventure and interact with your website the way they want to. Okay, there you have it, my 9 website design trends for 2019. And if you like this video, be sure and click the link below to subscribe. Also, if you're looking for help with your website project, be sure and visit our website, www.thomasdigital.com. We offer a free mock-up of your new website before you sign or pay for anything. So visit www.thomasdigital.com to learn more. Now, I want to turn it over to you. Which of the 9 trends are you going to implement in your next website project? Marketing first design or the Content Kondo? Let me know by leaving a quick comment right now.